So how are you? Um, Welcome everybody that's here. How are you? Now we talked a little bit about how our business are doing, but we'll start with you, Angela. What's going on with your business? Anything?
Um, well, I have been using my product a lot more.
Hmm.
I, I mean, especially my quick cooker. And I had it, I've had it since the beginning when it came out, and I really was not using it. I just found I was very excited about what it was capable of, but then I realized my family doesn't eat. It felt like my family does not eat a lot of the things that you could make in the quick cooker. I know that sounds weird, but like I feel like soups and stews do really well in the quick cooker. And I've made hard-boiled eggs a lot in it, and that's kind of what I was using it for about a year. And then just I mean, really, that was like the only thing I made in it was hard-boiled eggs. And recently I found a Pinterest recipe for zuppa toscana, and we have made it probably at least a dozen times. Like I've made it twice in one day when we had family over. We've done broccoli cheese soup in it. So I have found like a lot more uses for it. And I love it. It's been really great to have.
Good.
So
Yeah,
other than that, I mean, it's very interesting to see what's going on with the new air fryer. Like it looks amazing. And I'm excited about a lot of the products that came out for spring launch. I took a catalog into work, and so I'm excited to get those things. But yeah, kind of right now it's just been our work is still open. And so we're still seeing patients in our office. So it has been it's been kind of crazy.
is it scary? I mean, are you?
I mean, yes and no. Luckily, I don't, yeah, Autumn's like, no, it's been terrible. So Kevin has been laid off, and camp is completely shut down indefinitely. And
For, I want to tell everybody that her husband runs a YMCA camp in Jackson.
we're in Jackson, Michigan. We live right on camp. We've been here for 15 years. Here's my other one. This is Alice. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
And this one is Autumn. Of course, just climbing all over me now. So yeah, we live at a 1,200 acre camp in Michigan, in Jackson. And my husband is one of the directors here, and all of the staff and all of the Toledo YMCA staff were part of the Toledo YMCA. Have all been laid off. So I'm still going to work. I work at an office called Hanger Prosthetics. We do orthotics and prosthetics. And because our patients are in danger of getting like an ulcer or having skin breakdown from their prosthetic, we're part of the, like, you have to have, guys, thank you. I know. We're part of the like critical care to keep patients out of the hospital.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Oh my Lord. So we're like on the front, kind of on the front lines. We're just keeping people out of the hospital so that they aren't needing foot surgery or getting an ulcer or needing something. So we've been very proactive at screening patients and using questions, and like luckily I don't have to really come in direct contact with our patients. Our clinicians do. We actually had to scare one of our clinicians, became really ill, and he was on quarantine for 2 weeks because we weren't sure if he had COVID-19. So all of us were kind of exposed to it, and luckily that came back negative. So
That's good.
That's good. But yeah, it's been kind of just crazy. So I really have not done anything with my business, although in this past week I've been thinking about, I was with another group. We did a Zoom meeting, and we were talking about just everybody being at home. And that's really when I was like, oh, people are really spending a lot more time with their family eating dinner. And it really is like a great opportunity right now to be like, where are you struggling? Like we probably have
Right.
something to help with that. So that's really cool that we can that we have things that can really help people right now. It's pretty cool.
And I think we have to kind of work on that. You know, even if you go back to past customers and come up with something that you can send them and say, I'm here to help you if you want recipes. If you go on Pampered Chef's website, or if you share your website with people, they can actually go to recipes and put in ingredients and a bunch of recipes. They can just put in the search bar, like chicken, cheese, potato chips, I don't know, whatever you have around the house, and it'll come up with recipes that you can use. And just telling them that and having them go to your website, you don't have to do a thing. They can do it.
Yeah.
Look for it. But that is something that is you could share with people, especially people if you see them posting on Facebook, oh, I can't stand this, you know, everything's going bad, you know, I don't know what to make. People are going to start getting sick of making the same old thing every day. Plus, if you go to the store, they're just starting a lot of things around. You know, there's a lot of things that are out. And Bunny heard this because we talked yesterday, but I was behind a lady that bought 20 boxes of penny pasta. Why? And Bunny said Bunny was nice. She goes, maybe she was going to donate them. I don't know. She just, why? It was one lady, she didn't have kids. She was older, whatever, you know, maybe she was donating it, but.
Maybe that's all she eats.
I didn't look at the pasta when I was at the store, but I have a feeling there wasn't any left, but whatever. Not boxes of penny pasta anyway. So,
Now, in other states, they have been quarantined to their homes, though.
yeah, it doesn't look good. Yeah,
You
and
know, they're doing the shelter in place.
they did that. Okay, so they just did that in Illinois, and I got a letter from them this morning, and I don't know if you guys all got that email or if it was just directors, but they're still keeping the distribution center open. So they're working really hard to keep them safe, and they're doing split ships and all this other stuff, but they're still working. So if people order anything, they're still going to get it shipped. So, but obviously no one else is working. They're all working from home. So it doesn't sound like they're going to, but even shelter in place, you can still go to the grocery store if you look at the directives for it.
Yeah.
So,
Although I had a customer say that the guards were at her her crosswalks, and they told her that once she was in, she was staying in unless she needed emergency supplies or needed to go to work, and she needed a work card to leave.
at where?
She's in Colorado, I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They're doing it. I think they're going to do it in Texas because my son lives there. Don't know what don't know New York, of course, also. But we can't do anything about that. We just try to be
lives in
positive
Vegas. And it's like the whole strip is shut down. She said they're on 30-day quarantine. She lives in Vegas. She said she can go out, but you have to have a slip saying, from work or whatever. But there's certain times, there's like a curfew. There's certain times you can go out and go shopping. Like if you're like older than like 50, I guess you have a certain time you can go. They have like different time frames for everybody, I guess.
We have the National Guard set up down at the raceway right now.
What is?
The National Guard has set up.
Oh, really?
Like a
MIS?
MIS. Yeah, down at MIS. That's probably like 5 minutes from us, the International Speedway here in Michigan, in Brooklyn. And
Right.
the National Guard set up there right now for like a temporary hospital, and they're distributing, like different equipment and different things. They're like set up as the spot.
Yeah, Bunny posted that thing on our page today about Governor Whitmer, and it doesn't sound like she's going to instill martial law, but
Or do like a shelter in place either, it sounded
right,
like.
right. Which is good.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
I think this is a great opportunity to just post recipes and show people like different things that you're making with the staples that you have on hand right now.
I think so too, because, you know, not everybody has anything. So, what we can do is support each other. You can do what you want to do with what you're doing. There isn't, there's not going to be any clear-cut way, because everyone's business is their own business. Some people do all virtual, some people do cooking. Obviously, those of us who do cooking shows, it's a harder thing right now. But I'm moving them to farther out, and hopefully when we move them farther out, they'll be able to be held, but who knows, and we can't sit around and worry about it. We just have to give people some, even if you see people posting on Facebook, I'm going crazy or whatever, private message them and say, hey, can I offer you some recipes or whatever.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have any? I like your idea.
That's what I've been doing, is posting recipes. And
if you normally don't do a lot of posting and you don't want to do it, you can always text, message, even email people and say, and be sure to tell them about your website that they can look for recipes. Pampered Chef has amazing recipes.
They really do.
They really are good. I made one last night from an old cookbook. I'm sad they got rid of their cookbooks. And seriously, you couldn't get a meal like that in a restaurant right now. Well, you couldn't anyway right now, but it was halibut with tomatoes and capers and olives, and it was awesome. But anyway, I digress. Tom was thrilled. I probably wouldn't post a recipe like that on Facebook, but whatever, because most people don't have those things around. But anyway, as I mentioned, I have some information on 10 at a time meals, which was a thing for a while, and I will probably email that to you guys. Even for yourselves, it might be something you get ingredients for and do, like you brown all your hamburger, or you fry your chicken, and then you have it ready to throw together for a quick meal. Obviously, if you've got the quick cooker or the air fryer, there's a lot more you can do with that. Not everybody's going to have that.
Sure.
I know Jackie isn't on here today, but Jackie, she's busy with box water is better, but her tax lady bought the air fryer full price. So there might be still people out there that are looking for something that's going to help them.
Yeah.
The air fryers are backward.
And for sure, they're not spending money on going out to meals as well. I mean, part of it is like people, obviously there are a lot of people that are being laid off and you're watching what you're spending. But at the same time, the amount that people really spend on entertainment and going out to dinner and whatnot, it's kind of astonishing how much it is. They probably spend, a lot of people really do spend like the amount on the air fryer, in 2 weeks.
You're probably right. That's a good point. And and I don't think people realize that, because Tom's a CPA and he'll sit there with people that can't save money. He's told me this once. He had a couple and they had a coffee maker at home, they had a coffee maker at work, but every day they stopped and got, a latte or whatever. And he had them add it up, and they could have bought a refrigerator with the money they would have, they spent in a year buying coffee that they didn't even have to buy because they had it. So
Yeah.
I think people don't realize, how much they're spending, and they're kind of stuck now anyway. They have to cook at home. So you got to think about I think what we have to think about is how would we take it, how would we feel, lost, and would it be great if somebody could help us, and how can we help people? Because this is what Pampered Chef isn't only about selling kitchen products, it's about helping people.
I've tried to help my dad because he doesn't know how to cook, and neither does my stepmom. They go out to eat all the time. Like, my stepmom burns water.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, oh, I don't care. I'm just going to go do takeout. I'm like, do whatever you want. I said, it's much. You have food in your house. Like, he will go grocery shopping and buy stuff and does not cook, which makes no sense to me.
Well, and he's probably there are a lot of people out there that know how to cook, they just don't want to, or their work makes it too hard to do it. Now they have an opportunity right now, time cooking.
Yeah.
They don't normally have. Yeah, they probably still have to work. Yeah, they still have to watch their kids, but their kids can help. And there are a bunch of people on Pampered Chef that are like doing little kids things where they contact their friends with kids and say, let's do something online, on live on Facebook. You get the ingredients, we'll do this at the same time with your kids, teach them a little bit about safety. I mean, if you want to do that, it's much easier to do if you have kids,
Yeah.
and people with kids. It's a little harder to do for those of us that don't have kids around the house. So
You want mine? I'll give you mine because they're driving me.
My phone.
I think you would miss them.
Mm,
I did my time. I had my 4. So anyway, that's a great suggestion though. And anybody else? Angela, good point. And what I would like to do is, if you think of an idea that you personally, that is successful for you, feel free to share it on our team page, because maybe it'll, even if somebody doesn't use the same idea, maybe it'll spur them on to think of something that'll work for them. And you weren't on when I was talking about it, but if you want to live videos of you preparing a meal kind of for your public, feel free to do a trial one if you don't want to do it right on Chic Chefs. I don't care. We'll watch it. We'll criticize. We'll tell you what's good, what's bad. It's fine. You can only get better at those if you do them. So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I know
and
a lot of
nobody,
my friends have been trying to find recipes for like baby formula because a lot of their kids are not, breastfed or anything. I've been trying to find different things like that for their kids because I was just up and visiting my grandma in Sandusky, and the whole formula is like wiped out. Baby
oh,
food,
wow.
diapers. Luckily, I got mine ahead of time because I have both kids that are still in diapers.
Yeah.
But there's literally
many?
2 of them.
Oh, I thought you said 4. I was like, whoa, how did that happen?
No, she was
I have 2.
Player Jan.
My friends are like trying to find formula and trying to find the stuff to make formula. So I've been like scouring different recipes to send to them for like baby food.
Oh, that's great. Great.
So we'll see if they actually do them. I know a few of them took some of the formula idea because some of their kids, like my one friend's kids, are allergic to milk, so they have to have almond or soy, which I don't know how the heck you make milk out of soy or almond, but
I know
Well, you
it's
can do
funny
it in our cooking blender if you have that.
still in
yeah,
the
I
grocery
just got the blender. I'm super excited. I'm gonna actually, my fiance got it from his party that he hosted, so we're gonna start testing that out. He actually got his waffle puff pan. He just made the waffle thingies earlier with the mix and dispense and stuff. He was super excited. Had to come show me.
Nice.
So.
Nice. Well, you should try the almond milk, try some of the milks that you can make, because you could share that with people. I mean, like Angela just mentioned, if you're used to going out to eat and you're not, the blender is expensive, but
Yeah, we just used it this morning. The girls wanted smoothies. It works. I mean, I loved it for smoothies. I did make the hot chocolate that's in the Season's Best. It was delicious. It took a lot longer to make than I expected it to.
yes, I made it.
the
Yes.
heating portion of it, I was like, oh, I'll wait for my family to get here and make it. And that was bad planning on my part. But that was really fun. And I think, you know, parents right now are looking for something for their kids to do. And I think, you know, I was showing Alice how to make an omelet this morning. And, you know, I think that there are a lot of right now, you know, being able to show our kids how to make different snacks and different things and getting them involved is going to be, you know, really key. So even some of the fun stuff that they have on Pampered Chef, there's a bunch of kids stuff like
the pretzel making.
appetizer, fun things to make would be a great idea right now, because parents, I'm sure, are struggling with what to feed your kids for lunch.
Well, one of my hosts who hosted a show with me in January bought the pretzel making kit, and one of the first things she posted when she was home with her kids was them making pretzels, and all her friends are like, where did you get that? What is that? Like, it's from Pampered Chef, you know, and her kids were making their pretzels, and she had pictures of it, and I'm like, wow, thanks. So I said, thank you. Thanks for posting that. So anyway, I mean, there may be things people, and Pampered Chef is going to still try to keep shipping. So, you know,
Autumn.
so don't, you know, so we can still place orders, and yeah, there's going to be things that are slower than normal probably, but there might be people that want to order something.
Yeah. Carol, I have a question. Have they put anything in place for you in particular, like directors and above, to make sure that you're not losing your directorship because you're
Not
not meeting?
yet. We had a meeting yesterday with the CEOs, and that was one of the questions that people, because you can post questions. They didn't yet, so I don't know. They're just, they're still deciding what they're going to do about Disney. They're still deciding what they're going to be doing about the conference, and they're making plans to maybe they have to cancel it and make it online, how they're going to do that. So
Gotcha.
they're gotta have those plans in place, especially in Illinois where they're already going to, shelter in place. If that lasts into the summer, hopefully not, but if it does, they're going to have to change what they're doing. So that's why now the registration for the conference changed to April 7th. So they're giving it a little more time, because nobody wants to get hotels and all that stuff now if you're going to have to cancel it. So
Yeah, we just canceled a trip to Texas.
And when was that supposed to be?
Yeah.
When was that supposed to be?
Oh, April 21st, my mom and I were going to go to Magnolia Farms, and they're closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just have to try to stay positive and, hang in there, keep safe. And let's see, anybody else have any other ideas of things that we'd be doing? I mean, I think you guys had some. Here's another interesting thing. I copied this off from one of our old cookbooks, and it's a little piece of paper, and you probably can't see it, but it's called the Well-Stocked Pantry. And what it has is categories like canned and jarred goods, condiments, freezer basics, herbs, spices, pantry basics, pastas and grains, blah, blah, blah. That might be something you could share. I can take a picture of it or somehow post it on our page. You could post it on your page. What are the things you need to have at your house right now? And that's just like a public service thing, giving people some ideas of some things they can have around. Like, I always have carrots and celery and garlic, but maybe not everybody else does. I also have lettuce and onions and potatoes, but those are things that people that don't cook all the time might not have around their house.
Yeah.
So it might be, I'll see if I can figure out a way to share this, and maybe this is something we could use in your own business to help people or send them an email with this kind of information. So, would you guys want me to do that?
Yes,
Oh, Carol, I'm sorry. Does somebody, I don't know if it's TV on or what, but I couldn't hear what you said.
Oh, I said I can send you this Well-Stocked Pantry thing.
Okay.
So if you guys want that.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
Sure.
okay.
That'd be great.
And I might have some other versions of it too. I might have one already in a Word document. If I email it to you, then you can do whatever you want to it, you know, copy it, read it. But I'm trying to help you, and I know we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen.
I know I ordered a bunch of those little mini catalogs, and since Joe's still at work, you know, his shop still is stocked with, you know, I don't know how stocked it is now because it's a meat market. So he's
Oh
a butcher.
boy.
So luckily he finally got a day off. They were slammed for the last couple of days because people were just coming in, and like they're lining up at the door before they're even open.
Wow.
So I told him what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fill my information out on the back and stick it in there and have him take them work.
Oh,
Give him
great.
some-
Great
so-
idea.
Yeah, because it's a like a grocery shop type deal, and then there's a restaurant also hooked onto it, and it's all the same owner. So not only do they do like takeout and stuff, they do the butcher side, which is, you know, because there's like halal chicken and halal whatever, and there's like normal non-halal stuff, and they have bread and milk and soda and stuff like that, lunch meat. So if y'all need meat, just, you know, go to Box on 10 and Van Dyke and Warren.
Well, and think about it. People that don't know how to cook a lot are going to gravitate toward meat.
Mm-hmm.
Going to get hot dogs. They're going to get hamburgers. They're going to get chicken because those are things that are fairly easy to cook.
Mm-hmm.
So give them some ideas for chicken and beef. You know, hot dogs you can't do anything more about, but
Well, if
they're
they have
just-
the air fryer, there's a lot of little things they can
oh
make.
yeah. And you know, maybe somebody will say, oh, you know, can I have, you know, you don't know. But what we're doing now is we're helping people, and ultimately whenever this is over, maybe they'll think of you, or they'll at least be in your newsletter list or your whatever. Oh, and I did mention in my video last night, but Pampered Chef is going to change our homepage of our websites, which have recipes on it. There's going to be a landing page. I don't think it's going to start till sometime next week. But when people go to your website, there will be things there that they can just click on, get recipes, and you won't have to do anything. So as I mentioned in the video yesterday, if you saw it, make sure that your list of people that are your customers is up to date, because Pampered Chef will send out an email about it on your behalf to people that are opted in. So they're doing that for us to help us, and then they're going to be on your website, and you'll have links to them. And you know, you never know what will happen. If they're sitting at home and they don't know what to do with the stuff they have, they may order something.
How do we know if they're opted in?
You can go to your contacts list. So on your webpage, you have a contacts list. You can go in, and if you open up each contact, actually there will be like a newsletter list. Let me open up mine and look at it to tell you what you would see. Generally, anybody that's on a show gets added. So let's see. You go to my contacts, and when it opens up, on the left-hand side, there will be marketing emails. There'll be like a drop. It's all on the left side under my contacts, all your different groups that you have. So click on that, and that'll tell you everybody that's in your home office marketing email. They'll get emails, but a higher number of contacts and they're not in emails, then you can go in and individually check, just open up their information, and if they opt it out, obviously it'll say that, like if they didn't want to get emails from you anymore, but you can also click them and put them in.
Right?
So, does that help?
Yeah, I mean, I know how to do it like normally, so they should just be in there if they've received email.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah. But if you're newer, you're obviously going to have less people in your list because you haven't. But it would be worth it, you know, figuring out if people are getting your emails, because Pampered Chef does send them on our behalf, and we don't have to do anything. So like people will call me and go, oh, thank you for sending me that email about this. And I'll go, oh, okay, sure. I didn't do it. You know, they do it, and it's nice that they do it for us. They're trying to help us every way they can. And the Stir, which you guys all know, have you all seen the Stir on our homepage? They have up-to-date stuff as things change, even if it's daily. So I would check it every day just to see what's new in there. It's worth finding out what's going on. Hello. Does anybody else have it? Anyone else have any ideas? I don't want this to be like a wasted amount of time. I want you guys to feel like we can kind of talk.
Well, I think, you know, Angela said she had been cooking with the quick cooker more and stuff like that. I don't think you realize, Angela, we'd be really grateful if you post some of that stuff on the Chic Chefs at least.
Yes. Oh, she's mute. You're muted. Yeah.
There, I was just gonna say, yeah, I would be happy to post those 2 recipes. My husband doesn't eat soup, which I think is like the weirdest thing in the world. But I have started making the Zuppa Toscana and he loves it. And like, well, actually, I think it's like a good way to try new things. Like the girls like did not eat broccoli cheese soup, but I've been making it at home and they love it. And it's really easy. So I will post both of those recipes for the quick
Awesome.
cooking. Yeah, I'll post those because they're so, so good.
So let me tell you this. Have you ever tried the chili that comes with a quick cooker?
I have not tried it because no one else in my family eats chili.
At all?
They don't.
Oh, because it's got chunks of meat, so Tom loves it. Because you know he
I
doesn't.
have made goulash in it, and they do like goulash, so we
It's
tried
the
that.
best- It's the best chili that I've ever had. It really is. So it might be worth trying. So anyway, just telling you.
Yeah,
And you make it from dried beans, so you don't even have to have cooked beans or canned beans. Somebody did mention that if people are buying a lot of canned goods, you could sell can openers.
Oh my gosh.
Can opener. Oh my gosh.
I have a can opener. I always forget.
And
If you
even
don't have
if
it-
you don't want those, Carol, a lot of people buy those and don't really know how to use them.
I know. There's a YouTube video, but hey, why not?
I did a short one on my business page and a
Yeah.
lot of people watched it.
I know. Do the video to show people how to use it. If I show people at a show, yeah. So, and I tell them about the lady that met me once in a parking lot, and I had to show her on the hood of her car how to open a can. Because you got to show me with this. So yeah, it's people get confused by it, but once they realize how easy it is, then they want it.
I always
So
forget
do
that
you have
we have
ideas about parties?
stuff. It's crazy.
What do you always forget, Mercedes?
I always forget like the little things that we have. Like I'll be looking through and I'll be like, oh my goodness, I totally forgot that we had this.
And other people are maybe forgetting that too. Think about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, okay, and by the way, I'll get back to you in a second, Bunny, but if you feel that you want to do more video party or virtual parties and you want to learn more about it, they're going to have a Teach Me webinar on Pampered Chef on Wednesday. It'll be on Stir. You just have to sign up for it, and they're going to go through hints on how to run a virtual party. Even if you do virtual parties, it probably wouldn't hurt to be on it, to see it. They do, after they're done, record it, and they'll probably post it in Stir as well. You can't make whatever time it is. They're usually weird times for us because they're in Chicago, but you can try. And what were you going to say? I don't want
Nope, you're good. That's what I wanted to remind you about.
Oh, okay.
I
Great.
just asked the question so you remember.
Yes, and there's many people on our team that do virtual parties. So Bunny does a lot of them. I do a lot. Leah does a lot. Carla, we all do them in our own way. So if you want more information on it, we can talk about it on our team as well too. If I would say if you want to know more about people that have parties going on, Bunny, are you holding yours?
I have 2 that I'm gonna set up this afternoon and hopefully they'll do it, but you know,
Oh, you
ultimately,
didn't talk to them then?
not yet.
Okay.
I have one going right now. It ends tonight, so
Good. I had one the beginning of the month, but guess what? My host hasn't put an order in yet because they're not sure they're gonna have enough money. So,
My
Well,
ones
that's
at
a
the
bummer.
beginning of the month did fine.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, she did it to have to get the blender. They don't know if they want to spend the $139 right now, and I'm just leaving it open. I'm in direct ship, so everybody has their stuff already that was on the party, but she isn't. She's not closing it, so maybe it'll never close. I don't know. So,
Will Pampered Chef let you keep it open indefinitely?
no, if she wants to get the March special, she has to close it by April 15th.
Right.
So maybe, maybe waiting for tax money, I don't know. I'm not gonna bug her every day, because you don't know. I don't know what her husband does. I don't know what she does. Well, I do know she's going to school. So I don't know what their financial situation is. So you just have to work with them. So it's crazy. But yes, Pampered Chef is going to try to help us with some more training. So definitely partake in whatever they can offer you if you are interested. If you want to be, if any of you here want to be like on one of Bunny's parties or when whoever has a party going, we can talk about that on our page, and we can always invite people so you can observe.
I'm just magically always invited to Bunny's parties somehow. We were trying to figure out, like, I'm magically invited to all her parties.
There is 2 people, and I think if they're top fans, for some reason, Facebook is automatically inviting them.
Really?
Yeah, and one
Well,
of
that's
them,
cool.
I mean, I don't care if Mercedes is invited, but the other gal, I have no idea why she would be.
Oh, that's weird.
And you can't get rid of them, because I've tried to, uninvite. She's still there.
Yeah,
It's
Facebook
'cause
is doing some weird things right now.
Yeah.
It's because I'm your top fan, Bunny.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
That's cool.
I'm out of here. Bye, people.
All right,
right.
well, thank you, Jan. All right. So let's hang in there together, ladies. And I appreciate all of you being on there. Does anyone else have any other things they want to add?
No, I think like on my parties, I might do more lives than what I have been doing, because I think that'll get more attention right now.
Oh, and one of the things we talked about, if you do something online, like a virtual party, one of the things someone suggested, and again, you have to try to get people to respond to it, but a poll at the beginning of your party, asking people what tools they have and what they'd like to see demonstrated. An online party, that would be a great thing to do. So, and I talked about some of that before, but
Yeah, my
right?
polls, I do polls a lot, like different types of polls. Like one I do at the beginning, like how familiar you are with Pampered Chef, and then like a couple days later, I'll do like, what tools do you have? And they seem to get a lot of response for the most part.
That's good. Good. So you have good people on your parties then. Sometimes we don't all have that.
Well, not all the parties I get participation. Like right now, the party that I have going that closes today is kind of a ghost party, but the lady that's doing it is also like a small business. She does like, I don't know, I think it's like paparazzi and some other, I don't even know, some other thing. So
All right. All right. So I will try to keep you in touch with everything that's going on with Pampered Chef, but and information comes out about the webinar on Wednesday. I'll try to post it on Chic Chef, so at least you can have a couple different places to see it. Just hang in there, everybody. I'm thinking that our next meeting, which is for the 30th, we're probably going to do, we're not going to probably do it in person just to keep people. probably do a Zoom meeting. Maybe I'll do some sort of food demonstration or something, or maybe I'll have somebody else do one. Ha ha. I'll figure it out as we get closer to that date. So, you guys, if you need to ever talk to me, just give me a call or a text. I certainly, anybody who watches this, I will post this, but hopefully we can get some, help people out there, because that's what it's all about now, trying to be helpful to the people that are stuck at home.
Oh,
So,
I have an awesome idea. You know, because you said you were gonna have somebody else do it, you know, make cooking or something. We could all like cook our own thing, whoever's gonna be there, to see how each one turns out, like if we do anything different.
oh, yeah, that would be a great idea.
And I know I
So, like-
cook different than everybody else.
Well, and usually when we do cooking with the Zoom part of this thing, it's kind of crazy anyway, because it's so noisy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, we could have each person make something, and you wouldn't even have to make it live. You could just show the end of it, and then you could eat it. We watch you eat it. No, we won't watch you. But anyway, that's a great idea. I'll figure out how that might work. Maybe I'll just ask for volunteers. Anybody that wants to cook something that they really like, you're welcome to you know that you can always videotape yourself and upload it to YouTube and then post it. So if you don't want to do something live, you can always do that. Post it on your page without, so you kind of have some, the way the video turns out, it's fine. So believe me, people don't want us to be perfect. So if we're showing them, oh, I messed up. The last time I did a live video, I opened up the new chili lime rub and proceeded to dump it all over my cutting board. It didn't quite work the way I wanted. They couldn't see, but I had chili lime rub everywhere. It went on the floor, it went on the cutting board, and I'm like, whoops. But, that's what happens sometimes. So I have a lot less chili lime rub now because but anyway, they don't know. But they knew I did it. I mean, they knew I spilled it, but they didn't know how bad I spilled it. It was bad. But anyway.
That was just like my daughter with powdered sugar.
Oh, yeah. Kids love powdered sugar.
Yeah, she had it. She literally was caked in it head to toe and all over the kitchen. And I don't even know how she got it. I think her brother got it down for her because they're both really tall and I'm really short. So they're tall for their age.
Oh.
So I think they just went up and grabbed it. That's what I'm assuming. And decided to decorate my kitchen.
Oh, ew, that would be hard to clean up.
Another good thing might be to send catalogs to your, people, some of your better customers or whatever. Because
Oh,
I have
great
gotten
idea.
orders from doing that.
Yes, that would be a great idea. So, or text them and say, we've got some great products that might help you while you're stuck at home. Would you like me to send you a catalog? That would be a great idea. Thank you, but
It only cost you a couple bucks.
yeah, it
and
costs, yeah.
Last order I got
$1.
was $34 from sending a $2 thing, so.
Right. And you don't know. I mean, they do have the 7 days of meals in there, so there's recipes right in there.
Right.
So you're going to be helping people that way. So yeah, you can either randomly send them or just ask them if they'd like to receive one. So, and just say, hey, it does include some recipes. So whatever helps. I don't think you're doing it like saying, I want you to buy. You just
Right.
see what's out there. So great idea. This is why I'd like to do this maybe we'll meet again next week and talk about, we're all stuck at home, so we're not going anywhere. Where are everyone else? Where are all the rest of you on this team? You have to be home.
I wish I was home.
Well, yeah. So, yeah, wherever we are, we're where we are. So maybe I'll schedule another one of these next week, or we do have our team meeting on 30th, so that's 10 days away. So that might count as our next meeting. But if anyone has any great aha moments of things that we could do, just post it on our page because it's going to help everybody. So anything else, you guys? I'm glad you all were here. I'm glad you all are healthy and good. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. So take it easy, everybody. Let me know if you have anything special that you need to talk to me about, okay?
Okie dokie.
Okay. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye.
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 Bye, guys.
Bye.